Are we? And we're recording. Okay, so hello everyone. My name's LadyBug, and we are here on our, I believe, third episode of the Fair Ladies of Middle-earth, the One Ring First Edition campaign. And here are my players. Let's introduce ourselves, going in the reverse alphabetical order. So starting with the story.
Hello there, my name is Kira. I'm playing Zistari, Keeper of the Silver Springs. I am now 2 Lord of the Rings movies in. I'm filling my head with more knowledge. But for now, Zistari is absolutely loaded and sometimes talks to the ground.
I'm Violet. I play Muriel. She's, a cool dude who likes to shoot her bow and arrow, and there's a little crony thing, even though that's totally gonna get them robbed.
Almost did already.
I'm Kayla. I play Phelan. She's poor and fair and mad about being fair, but there you go.
I am Inara, and I'm playing Aislinn. She is a shield maiden of Rohan. She has a horse. Oh no, I just realized we're going into session 3, and every time I introduce myself, I'm like, I need to name the horse.
Would be useful, not gonna lie!
If you see me looking like thoughtful and staring off into space, it's because I'm finally coming up with a name for the horse, which I normally don't struggle to name things. I've DM'd, and I'm that DM that's like, oh yeah, it's blah blah blah, but like, just the horse that I made up 3 months ago apparently is not. Yes. Anyway.
You know the look from a
There's a horse.
DM who totally didn't name the character that you're talking to, but then you ask for their name and they're like,
Yeah, and like when I DM, it's fine. Like I come up with names. I name things for other DMs. I'm like, yeah, why don't you just say blah blah blah? Like,
And then you cannot name your own freaking horse.
I can't name my own fucking horse, but I will. Although now it's got to be like, I feel like I need to make a joke about the fact that the horse hasn't had a name. Like it's got to be just like horse or something. I don't know. I'll come up with something eventually, maybe, hopefully.
Yay. Okay, so last time we did some shopping. Instead of trying to get into the adventure, we did some shopping. We ended up in the tavern. So what are we doing next?
You sound bitter every time you mention that
No,
you
just
shopping.
because
like,
we're
it even comes across in the Discord
bonding.
server.
Just because we're on episode 3 and we still haven't started the adventure, that doesn't mean I'm any bitter about it. No, really.
That sounds like something someone who is bitter would say.
We're
well,
here for
I
team
mean-
building.
we absolutely need to go get that buckler.
Yes, back from
Yeah,
the
I need
blacksmith, yes. I mean, I believe we would have spent in the tavern enough time for the buckler to be ready. So you can go and pick it up.
Alright, I'm going to get my buckler. You all stay out of trouble. Or come with me. Maybe that's the best way to stay out of trouble.
We should
You
probably
think you're...
I mean, they already paid, so...
stick together. Yeah.
I'm just a man. She thinks I'm going to get into trouble.
Why would any of us get into trouble?
I don't know. She thinks we're going to get into trouble.
I'm staying silent.
I mean, you paid me to keep you out of trouble.
No,
Yeah.
we paid you to help escort us and keep us safe, not keep us out of trouble. You think we're going to go get into trouble?
Wait, you're getting paid?
I was. I think now that we're here, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing now, but there you go.
Well, yeah, you were paid to help transport from the Silver Springs, the Star is from, to this town. So you're
Yeah, so now I'm
technically-
done. Now I just need my buckler.
Yeah, technically speaking.
Yeah? Well, let's go and take a look and see if they have put the design of, your new house crest on it.
Oh, I forgot you made a new house. That's so exciting.
Yes, the axe with like the braid on the back of it. It looked really...
Yep.
Sounds
Yeah,
lovely.
that was pretty cool. Thank you for your help with that.
Yeah, of course. So would it be getting like closer to nighttime?
Not that much. It's you did get there quite early, so it's like afternoon. And
Okay.
you still see bunches of people going towards that Reeves house that you've heard about.
Please go talk to the quest giver. That's what she's saying. Like, it's the subtext. Please go talk to the guy.
Aislinn, talk to the quest giver.
Isn't it useful
wait,
to
hold
have
on.
another person DMing on the team?
No, there's-
Who knows when I'm saying go to the fucking quest giver?
Hold on, I
I'll go
have
by
to make
myself. I'll go pick up the quest and bring it back. No, so we want to go find. We have to go, and I forgot what is the title of the gentleman?
Reeve.
Reeve. Okay. We have to go talk to the Reeve to find out what all of the writers are going to, and we think there are a couple of things we thought it might be related to. We thought it might be related to the attacks by Northmen, right?
the Dunlendins.
Yeah, those guys. Look at you taking notes and stuff. I appreciate that about you.
Dunlendins work sorcery. They control animals through black magic. They hate Rohan. They're near the White Mountains. They're attacking farmsteads in the name of grudges, and they don't really understand war. Some have proven to be decent, but pretty much are the exceptions rather than the rule. And also, wolves are getting really bold and eating people, and that sucks for like everybody involved. So
it might be wolves, might be Dunlenders, it might be something else that we haven't encountered yet, but we won't know until we talk to the Reeve.
Glad
So we
somebody
will
understands
retrieve-
that.
We will retrieve the buckler, and then we will follow the throng of fighting people to see what the fuss is about.
and then we will
I just
retrieve
think
the
that
Reeve.
drinking and shopping is more fun than following the fighting people.
We already did that, I think.
Well,
We
we
can
did,
only
yes.
have
yeah.
so much fun. If you have too much fun, then doesn't everything else just pale in comparison?
Also, it's not
Yes,
like it's the
you
last
need
time
light
to
ever
the
you will
darkness.
get to do shopping. You will get to do shopping quite fucking often.
You guys introduced me to
My
this
voice
really
got a
good
little higher
drink,
pitched than-
and I'm not even going to lie. So, our lovely DM described our drink as basically what would happen if like a wine met like elderberries or elderflower. Sorry, and I went out shopping and found a elderflower wine drink, and I was like, I absolutely have to.
I mean, yes. I'm drinking Mike's. It's not. You know what? One of us is classy and one of us isn't. That's fine.
And over here I am
Oh.
just drinking juice, but at least the chalice I'm drinking from is game appropriate, so.
There you go. There you go.
I will go ahead
Okay.
and say this is not a twist off.
Because, like, seriously.
Uh,
I bought it. I got it seriously only for the purpose of streaming. Because it looks cool.
It does look cool. Okay. Unless there are objections, I am going to recommend we should go find out at least what's going on. It could be relevant if you're going to be traveling. It could impact your journey. You may as well at least find
Or
out.
you can get an adventure. If anyone's in an
If you
adventure
want
mood.
that.
well, I mean, I want to see as much of this wide world as I can, so this
So you
seems like a
think it will
next...
lead to an adventure?
I
Like-
mean,
like an
the
adventure
more
where they put you
reasonable
behind-
Start
way
walking.
I mean, the more reasonable way of
see
approaching
if everybody follows.
seeing as much of the world as possible is being a traveling merchant, but hey, you can also adventure. Just being a merchant is usually a bit safer.
Well,
I
Mariel,
mean,
to kind of answer your question, a lot of these stories are like, you know, find a big bad evil to defeat, and
Right,
then...
but is there a big bad evil? Is that what we're going to do? Or is this just like wolves? That doesn't sound very fun. And they won't write stories about this and we're just fighting wolves.
They don't
I-
usually
I-
gather a bunch of dudes with swords unless, like, there's a big bad.
I don't mean to be
Big
rude, but I think you need a little more experience fighting wolves before you try to fight big bad evil things.
Oh, depends on how
A
bad and how
little bit
evil
of
they
practice.
are. And how big.
Sounds like the
Really,
wolves
really
might
depends.
find
Don't
us.
write stories about people who just kill wolves.
Well, we
Well,
don't even
okay.
know what it is unless we go and talk.
You're right.
Let's not go out to kill wolves. I mean, like, if they attack us, then, like, sure, we can defend ourselves, but we're not going to go out wolf slaughtering.
Well, we would only
kill
kill-
other people.
Yeah, we would only kill the wolves that are eating people.
And those are
Well,
usually
how do
under
we know
influence of shadow anyway, so.
How do we know that they didn't go into their home and, like, that they don't have babies that they're protecting?
True, that's also a thing. But most
Sometimes
people
things
have
just need to
the-
die.
most people that
because- yeah.
I mean, most people that live in the areas where wolves
Sometimes things
are
just
sensible enough to
die
not go into the wolf den.
Well, maybe they're not sensible.
Who, the people or the wolves?
Yes.
Yes,
I don't know.
I'm gonna just sort of be like, well, let's go, and I'm gonna start walking
Ah,
in the
okay.
direction of the yeah. I start walking, and Zesty's just like, oh, we're going. Cool.
I've changed my clothes into my more practical clothes that we got during
Oh,
the shopping
good.
adventure.
Oh, good. So less people are staring at you now.
Yes, there's still very much like elven jewelry and stuff that adorns her, but it's less. Yeah, she looks less like Bubblegum Barbie.
I'm walking just a little bit ahead of Muriel and Zesty in case we see someone I know.
You're in your hometown. How many people do you think you know around here?
Exactly.
Probably a lot.
I'm not making it obvious, but I'm just like, I don't want to explain this later.
I'm not a fucking bottle opener. The fuck? I don't basically have a
Muriel
bar
did
back
not
here, but
change
no
clothes.
bottle.
By the way, she's wearing the exact same outfit, except she did purchase a cloak because y'all were mad about her little like circlet, and so she purchased a cloak with a hood. That way she could cover up the circlet, but she's not taking it off. Just so you know.
I mean, you gotta compromise where you can.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
You
compromise.
gotta choose your battles.
She's not taking it off, but she will put a hood up.
I'm starting to wonder if it's like attached somehow, but I feel like it would be rude to ask.
It's like bonded at the subatomic level.
Yeah. That happens with the elves. I don't know.
It's like certain Pokemon that you ask, like, is that clothing or like is that part of your being?
It's true.
Like-
It's true. But again, like it's rude. It's at this point, maybe eventually, but right now it seems rude.
Yeah, campfire discussions.
Yes.
Mhm.
Or tavern discussions, but hey.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I've got my buckler. Let's
Yes.
go. It looks great. It is there.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay, so...
What do we see when we follow the group?
So you go with the group. The House of the Reef is a bit further away in the town, not in the center of it, because why would it be, really? And as you go, Aizen, since you're from here, you're gonna recognize the guy who basically looked at your group, stopped, and is kinda... You think he might be trying to remember who you are. You remember him because he is quite known in Adoras. His name's Ulfur. Let me show you what he fucking looks like, because I can do that. Just 1 second. That's what
Yo,
he
I
looks
just
like.
realized that in our character portraits, the amount of smiling is in direct proportion to how much money we have.
Just like in life.
It's like
Yes.
grinning.
Sorry.
Imperial's like smiling, and then both of you are like,
Yeah.
So, that's what the guy looks like. You
Okay.
know his name is Ulfur. He's one of the riders. So basically, as far as you know about him, he used to be a minstrel, but then a man stole his song, and he killed him in the mid-hole that the sting of the song happened. So now he basically has been kind of disgraced at the court, so he basically goes around the mark as a sellsword. But he used to be quite a good minstrel before he killed somebody over a song.
valid.
We all have our struggles.
And you
I
can
will
see that
walk
he's
up
kind of
to-
looking you up and down, probably trying to remember who you are.
I'll walk up to him and I'll say, Ulfar, hello. Do you know what's going on?
Yes, of course. Reeve has a quest for the brave riders, and you with that bunch of foreigners here?
Yes. I was escorting them around and showing them.
You
the
should be
town.
really careful who you travel with. You know you cannot trust people outside of Rohan. God knows what they will do.
Yeah, well, these particular ones helped with some bandits. We might have all been in rather dire straits if we had not encountered them more or less together. So I agreed to help them and show them around.
Well, as long as you're sure they will not stab you in the back, I guess that's fine.
I'm not sure that two of them have daggers, honestly. I say that,
That
like
was a
sort of
metaphor,
OJ.
darling. Yes, he's that kind of person.
I feel like Aislinn is very literal.
He's not. Sometimes.
I would like to note that Muriel does have a dagger on her belt. Like you can see it in the
Oh, okay.
It's a
Okay.
sword
Okay.
and a dagger and a
And a bow.
very
Okay.
equipped.
Nice.
That she usually uses only the bow, but hey.
Yeah, normally, but she has other things if she needs them.
Right.
For the record.
Yes. So I'll ask him what's going on and see if he can tell us a little bit more
Oh,
about
I'm just
the,
headed there
mission.
myself with my company, so we should probably find out together. Seeing as I don't know much more than you know, I just know that Brief sent for people to come because he has a job or something.
I suppose so. We better go find out. And I sort of like gesture for him to go ahead.
Yeah, he's going. He's going. So
Hey,
you arrive
Aislinn,
at the Reef's house.
is this job open to people like me?
I sort of shrug and I say, I mean, probably.
Aislinn, you believe
it
that
depends.
probably the job is open to anyone who wants to take part, and as long as you're with the party, they are considered to be vouched for, so... Even if there is
Yeah.
somebody who has some suspicions against people from outside of Edoras, then they are with you, so you're fine.
Yeah.
So, basically you arrive at the Reef's house, and the Reef is basically the city officer in charge of speaking for the king in his absence. Because somebody has to. And you see that there is quite a few groups, smaller groups of armed warriors gathered around the house. Ulfur's company being one of them. And once you approach, you think that the Reef has probably decided that there's enough people here to start talking. So he starts. The winter has been hard, and the king's warriors are all committed to urgent matters in the east. Tangle King bids you unsworn warriors to take now his coin and one of these maps. To which he shows you a map that's made out of bone, basically. Let me show you what that map looks like, because I can do that too. No. Of course, my iPad decided to lose internet, because why wouldn't it?
Can relate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my internet has not been happy today. Hence my long pauses.
Don't worry, I'll get that fucking working. Show up, for crying out loud.
Ooh, that's cool.
I'm trying to get.
Is that like a common thing? Have I seen something like
So
this
yes,
before?
basically for your people, that's a common way of making maps. Basically, in the bone there are holes drilled that kind of mark down the places to go, and the map is kind of in the shape of the surrounding mountains, so it helps to navigate. And it's
Okay.
kind of more permanent than paper, and cheaper also.
What kind of bone is it? Do I know what kind of bone it is?
We'll get to that in a second. Let me get the brief speech finished.
Yeah.
They will lead the wheeling to the Westfold Vale, from where come tales of horses and kin slain. The loyal will discover the culprits of this hearse murder and right any wrongs they uncover in the name of Tangle King. At this point, Ulfur spits on the ground. Dunlendings, horse-eaters and kinslayers all. Too long has the king allowed them to breed in the western marches. Well do I understand this quest, and long have I wished for it. Certainly it is to me that the culprits are the dark-haired and dirty dogs of Dunland. Let us ride to bring the steel to the savages. A good day this. At this point, basically, he only comes up to the brief, who holds out small gold coin, struck with the symbol of Leaping Horse, and you will receive the same coin if you volunteer. Basically, that coin, Aislinn, you know that this is something that binds you to the quest. And Ulfur takes the coin, takes the map, and basically gets his company and goes. And the Reeve looks at you and... So, any more volunteers to take this quest? I'm not saying it's gonna be Dunlendings, that's his idea. But we need to find out what happened.
I'm gonna turn to my friends here, and say, do you think if we take this quest, they will eventually write books about her?
Well,
Uh,
I mean,
maybe. I think it
historical
depends on...
records for sure.
That is true.
I mean, like,
There might
and
be a
historical
brief
records
somewhere.
are put in books. If you're looking for more of like a high fantasy novel of sorts.
No, I mean like, the catalogs of like the great adventurers of the day.
You know they all
well,
start somewhere.
I mean,
If
we're
you
helping a
find
kid.
enough money, you can pay to have your name written wherever you want it.
Right, but that's not what I want. I want to earn it.
Well,
Maybe-
you have to start somewhere, like Phelan says.
That's true. Do you
And
guys
we
think we
could-
should take the quest?
We could certainly maybe help some people, which would be good.
I'd like
And
to
we can get
stop
paid.
people from dying.
Wonderful. We will take it.
I sort of like step forward and hold out my hands in case.
Yeah, he gives you
He does
he
not
gives
want-
you the coin. He gives you the map and shows you kind of how to align it with the peaks of the mountains to navigate through it, because each map like that is a bit different.
Like, I didn't want to push Muriel out of the way, but I also don't know if he would be like willingly handing things to an elf.
You can also see that apart from you and the party that left with Ulfur, there's one more that's comprising mostly of riders from Harrowdale, and they are also led by a woman.
Girl power.
Yeah.
Anybody I recognize?
Basically, she and her companions kinda also looked at Ulfur leaving with the boys gonna be boys or something like that. He's gonna do something stupid. Let's do our job.
Do I recognize her?
You
The other
haven't
woman.
seen her before here. She's from a different part
Okay.
of Rohan, so you might have not seen her yet.
Okay. I'll sort of give her a nod, like a little like sup.
Especially since she is dark-haired, which is not that often in Rohan, but it's very often in with Dunlandings, so, you know. She might not be very happy with Ulfor.
Sure.
She has some reasons of her own.
Is there a physical descriptor of Dunlandings that would lead us to believe that she is one of them?
Aisling would know about Dunlandings because, well, neighbors, and she bears some resemblance to them. Like maybe she's halfway from there. That wouldn't be unheard of.
Yeah, if you ask me as we're walking away, I would mention quietly that I think she, given her hair color and some of her features, I think that she perhaps might have some ancestry.
Yep. And
She
you know,
doesn't
some
seem
people in Rohan are not very friendly towards Dunlandings, some don't give a fuck, and some have friends who are Dunlandings, so that really depends on the person. And then there's Ulfur.
Yeah, what was with that grumpy guy that you were talking to?
Well, there are raids constantly along the borders. It's possible that he knew someone that was harmed or was close to someone or had family that was harmed in one of the raids. That can certainly leave hard feelings.
You're not
But
sure
I
if
don't
the
know
guy who
beyond
stole
that.
his song wasn't a Dunlanding, or at least of that ancestry.
I will share that bit of lore.
Also, once you take the coin and map, the reef looks at all of you, sees that only you have a horse, and points you towards the stables where you can get horses for the rest of the party.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Although those
Never done that
horses
before,
will
but
be...
let's do it.
Although you can either borrow those horses, but then they have to fucking come back alive and well, or you can buy them, and it still would be advisable, at least as long as you're in Rohan, to take fucking care of them. Rohan are very, very, very particular about their horses.
I share all of that, and I tell them that I'm not sure how familiar you are with horses, but I can help you.
And basically, if you loan the horses, there is not many worse crimes for Rohan people than if you didn't bring that horse back alive and well. Basically, horses are almost saint creatures for Rohans. They are family members, basically.
Well, I have no intentions of not bringing them back. I mean, obviously, why would I want any one of them hurt?
That also means making sure they stay out of range of combat so that they are not harmed, or making sure that they not run away in the night when you camp out because they got scared. Things like that.
So maybe it might be a good idea to buy a horse.
Do we still have our ponies from earlier?
Yes, but you cannot travel on ponies, and it's advisable that basically they advise you to get the horses to basically make it faster, because Rohan has quite a bit of space to cover.
Mm-hmm.
And
perhaps you can-
Aisling, when you look at the map, the farmsteads that you need to visit, because he told you that the places to visit are farmsteads that were attacked, they are quite far apart.
Well, perhaps you could sell your ponies and use that money towards horses.
Because ponies can carry your stuff, but they cannot be mounts for you, because all of you are too tall for that.
Mm-hmm.
Ponies are
So slow.
decent mounts for hobbits, but for full-scale people and elves, the horses are more advisable for
Well,
traveling on.
from what you said, they treat animals really well here, so
Oh,
it wouldn't be too
certainly.
bad of them leaving them here.
No, certainly not.
Also, I mean, like, do we need... I guess this would be more of a DM question. Do we need one for each of us, or can we, like, buddy up?
Yeah, you would need one for each. Because apart from you, the horse would also carry the stuff you carry with you.
Fair.
Mm.
Encumbrance.
But on the other hand, if you have a horse, all of the stuff that you're not carrying on your person and you have on your sheets as your encumbrance, you can take off because that's gonna go on the horse. So you can have on you only the things that you actually have on you.
Baller.
Which, to be
as a
fair, right
horse.
now is, like, nothing.
So I have to teach all of you how to ride horses.
That's gonna
Yeah, I
be fun.
don't think I know how to
that's
ride a
not
horse.
hard. That's not that
That'll be
I
hard.
feel like there probably aren't very many horses in the underground place of the Mirkwood. Probably.
So here,
No, why?
Yeah. So I probably would not know how to ride a horse.
I mean, then we have somebody from Lorien who didn't leave the Silver Springs at any point.
I mean,
So
like,
the
people have come
first-
by, like, on horses, and, like, I've pet them before.
I mean, the people.
But-
If people came to Lorien, to Lord Lorien, they probably were already dismounted because they first had to go through the forest. And as long as they were not invited, previously invited guests, the elves of Lord Lorien don't make it easy to find Lord Lorien.
Fair.
As in parts
Do
of
the
protection.
elves of
the
Lorien
journey.
ride horses?
Not really. They prefer to basically walk around trees. Basically, all of Lorien are houses built on, not built, kind of grown on trees.
it's like, yeah.
Because basically the elves are that in touch with nature, so that basically their houses are grown out of trees. So you have a lot of
Well, I've
tree
certainly
houses.
heard about them in stories, and I mean, like, I have experience with yours. It was a very good girl, a very good horse.
She, yes.
She.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. We need to acquire horses. I can help you with the negotiations, and then you are going to lead your horse, and I will teach you one by one, and you are not to try to ride the horse until I have taught you how. So it'll be slow going and for the first part of our journey, but that will mean we can have a much faster time after that.
Perfect.
Okay, so
We will go and grab them.
first part of today, we're gonna be learning to ride horses.
Also, we're going shopping again for horses.
Well, yes.
Shopping! I love shopping.
You thought shopping was over.
Well, now you need to buy horses. And yes, the reef pointed you to the stables, and they do have a few horses for sale.
Okay. So I will like explain that like to the stable keeper
That you need
Room.
horses good for beginners.
Yes, very very
He has
bulletproof.
few that are quite nice and steady and not really easy to anger or panic, so those would be good.
Yeah. Yes.
So you
I
each
think you
get a
can see,
horse.
like, I think you can see off to the side, I've already kind of started talking to my horse. Like, it can fully have a conversation with me.
Don't you need to spend a point of hope to activate your speaker's feature?
Let me take a look.
Because I think you do. I mean, you can talk to the horse without it, but if you want to have an actual conversation with it, you would need that.
It doesn't say so,
Let me just.
but is that like a core rulebook thing?
Let me see. Let me check.
To use this gift, you must make an appropriate skill roll. Which skill you use depends on what you're trying to do and is at the lore master's discretion.
Let me just see. Yep, actually you do not need to spend a point of hope. So, yeah. So you're trying to talk with a horse.
Yeah, specifically, I want to see if it is okay with me giving her a name.
I would say, in that case, roll me... What would be an appropriate roll for talking to a horse?
Courtesy?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, let's do that. Oh. How do I... Oh, there we go. Boom.
I need to reload by roll 20.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good. No. The horse kind of scoffs at you and looks at you like, pfft.
Okay, no name. I will earn your trust and companionship first.
You can try. That was the
I
horse.
can certainly try.
That was the horse.
That should have been Phelan's horse.
I love that this big, bubbly girl got the horse with the attitude. That's awesome.
And that's entirely determined by your roll.
Yep.
So what do the horses look like?
What do you want them to look like, actually? Because they had quite a selection of horses, because, hey, Rohan, we have horses.
I would like an all-black horse, like my all-black cat that I have. If that's available.
Sure.
I
absolutely.
discourage any stallions. They get mares and geldings only.
Makes sense.
I would like a girl horse.
I think that's what Aizen just said. You don't get
Well,
to get some male horses.
I think
You can have a boy
geldings
horse with, yeah, geldings are boy horses that have been neutered.
I would like a girl horse, but I would like one that has black fur and a black mane. And like
No
green
problem.
eyes, if horses can have green eyes. If not, then they can have whatever eye color they can have.
I think horses usually have brown eyes. I didn't see much other
Different
colors
colors.
for
can
horse
do
eyes.
Can have blue eyes if they have like if you wanted a horse with blue eyes, he would just have to have a wide, like a face that was mostly white, which would be like a big splash of white. Then he could have blue eyes, or she.
But if all black, then they would most likely be brown.
That's
Yep.
fine. You can have brown eyes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you get your black horse. Phelan, Zastari.
Mine
I just
looks
want a
as
horse.
default horse as you can get. Like, you just plucked
Get a
one right out of The Sims.
Oh, apparently you can't. The horses can have green eyes, but it's incredibly, incredibly rare. So I don't think my horse would have green.
Roll for rare.
For rare.
You know what? Yeah. Sure, roll me a d12.
I did the D12. Okay.
If you get the Eye of Sauron, does your horse just have no eyes?
I'm not that
Blind.
close.
Your horse is blind.
Yeah,
I have
no,
3. My
brown
horse
eyes.
is. My horse shall have brown eyes.
Okay, so Zastari, is your horse just a regular brown horse?
Yeah, just
You
like...
need a white one, like a
Or white?
I was gonna say, like...
Like Disney princess, like
like
white,
a 15-year-old
gorgeous
mare
white
that's
mare.
gone completely gray.
Yeah, that's
Like-
Oh,
like-
absolutely, yeah. If
Yeah.
I can...
And
if I
that
can just
explains
go-
the
blue
attitude.
eyes.
Yeah.
If I can go, like, full white, the flowing
Here,
mane...
Hold on, I have the horse. I have the
Oh
color.
boy.
Let me. Here. on. I'll send a picture to I know the color. Oh, not that channel. Oop. This is a cremello. It's like a double dilute. So they're like basically like
absolutely yes.
buttery white with like blue eyes. It's also a fairly rare color, so
I know for sure what her name will be, but what that is when she decides that I can name her.
Oh, she's beautiful. I'm gonna find a picture of my horse.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey.
so let's resume recording. Yay.
Yes.
Okay, so, Asia, you wanted to say something to the people selling you horses?
Yes. For anyone, I meant Overo. The mare from Spirit is definitely an Overo and not a Sabino. Please don't crucify me in the comments. I'm so sorry. I knew what I was talking about. It didn't click until I was looking at pictures, and I was like, oh, well, wait, it's that one. So I apologize in advance for my incorrect horse pattern
I'm
terminology,
not sure how
but I
many
have
people
corrected
who
myself.
know horse terminology we will have in the viewership, but
Well,
hey,
It only takes one.
true.
They're like a parasite.
Okay,
It
so
just
you get your
grows.
Yes.
horses. I believe we left at the
Yes.
story getting a regular white horse.
Yes.
Not
And-
a fancy white horse.
Yes.
Like pinky out white horse, yeah.
Okay, and Phelan?
What was it called? We were just talking about it.
You want brown, right? Like light brown?
Yeah, I liked the
Okay,
one
like the-
that was
like the one-
brown
okay.
with the little patches of white, like on the stomach.
Chestnut Overo.
Yeah, I like that one. It's like party on the bottom and normal on the sides.
Business up top, party on the bottom.
Yeah?
Okay, sure. So you get your horses. I know we will be also doing the learning of the... Okay, let's start with learning on riding, and then we will go to you preparing for your travels. So, since you're teaching everyone to ride, Aisden,
Yes.
I would say you would
Yes.
have to roll... I'm gonna say, let me check what are the appropriate skills.
I've got to have something. I have horsemanship as a specialty. I don't know how that
so you
translates.
don't roll.
But...
Everyone else who learns to ride horses,
Yeah!
roll me athletics.
Oh.
We also
I will allow hunting.
Oh, hunting? I want to do
Yes.
that instead.
My God, that's a lot of low numbers. Thank God I have a
That
lot of
is a
dice.
really... Look, you are not naturally a horse person. No wonder your horse is grumpy.
Okay, Muriel catches horse riding very fast. No problems.
Yes.
awesome. Does that mean
My
I get a little?
hunting is
uh,
underlined,
click?
if that means anything.
That would only mean something if you were to add your hope to it. But you don't have to because you pick up on riding
thought it was
horses
just
also very
athletic.
fast. And then we have the starry.
Okay,
The
so
cranky horse.
you figure like a couple hours later, like Phelan and Mariel, I've let them, like, they're riding on their own, they're kind of trotting, they're not doing anything crazy, and I am just leading the Starry's horse.
Yes. You do notice that the issue might be that the horse does not want to listen to the starry.
Oh no!
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're fine. We're okay.
You're doing great. You're doing great. I just give like reassurance that is not necessarily based in reality. Like this is I can handle both horses and it's fine. Yeah.
Sure is. And now since...
My horse, by the way, her name is she is a rose gray for anyone who's paying attention, and her name is Bramble.
Yay, you finally named her!
Oh.
I named the horse. I will add. The Starry was trying to name their horse, and I'm like, I cannot be my horse can't get a name after other people's horses. Like I can't do it. I have to come up with something. So, yes, Bramble is her name.
Okay, so since now you will be preparing for traveling to the farmsteads along with the map, please everyone roll me... of course, those of you who succeeded on the athletics check, so Muriel and Phelan, you can mark that down on your character sheets.
Should I
Because you have
roll
a
it too?
success.
I don't think you did roll because you're already
Yep.
Yeah.
special at it.
Do I
Basically,
not roll?
basically it works like that. You can use your special feature instead of rolling, but then you do not get to mark that down.
All right, I'm gonna roll, and if it goes badly, I know the reason for it. Oh, please.
But you would be rolling something else for teaching them. But... Oh, that went well.
I rolled all ones out of 4 dice. So what's going on is I'm really good with horses. My horse is good. But I am struggling because I am also trying to not let Zesty fall off.
Yes, because her horse doesn't listen.
Yeah, so it's so I've got it, but it's a little sketchy.
Well, her horse has attitude. What can you do?
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Okay, but now, since you will be preparing for the journey, please everyone roll me a lore check. Because that's how you prepare for journey, to know what to prepare for, etc. And the amount of successes you collectively roll will be the amount of d6s that you will be able to add to your rolling during the travel.
I just rolled 2 1s and a 2, so I might be cursed.
Yes. On the other hand, Muriel grants you 1 success. Zestari grants you 1 success, and Phelan grants you 1 success. So you have 3 d6s total to add to the rolls during the travel. Each of you can pull 1 of the d6s from the pool as long as the other 3 agree on that.
How do we mic that?
I will keep that in freaking mind or in notes. Notes are probably a better idea.
Yeah.
Especially since I'm still already using my Roll20 and my adventure book on my iPad, I can as well take notes on there. I just need to get the pen to come out. Okay, I have that marked down. Okay, so you will be traveling to the first farmstead. Basically, the road from Edoras to there will be 50 miles. And that journey will take you 2 days on horse. So, you each need to roll me 1 roll for travel to see how tired you get along the way. And to see if anything else happens. Anara's fine.
That's a better roll.
We have 1 thing happening. Okay, so
Well, that's the good one, right?
Anara, you're fine. Phelan, you get 1 point of fatigue.
Okay.
Zestari, you're fine. And Muriel, you take 1 point of fatigue, and now we will see what will happen and to who. And now I get to roll.
Where do I put the fatigue?
Come again?
Where do I put the fatigue?
Under character
Where does
stats.
that go?
When you haven't come, you also
travel
have fatigue.
I see.
Yep.
Okay, I see how it works. Okay, so travel fatigue is 1, so total fatigue is 14. Got it.
Oh, I get to choose.
Which is annoying because I have
get to
3
choose when
points in
something
travel, so I
happens
got
too.
3 extra little dice. But the stupid Eye of Sauron thing is ruining my
Yes,
life.
that's exactly why something happens. The Eye of Sauron is why something
well,
happens.
I think it's not fair because I'm really good at traveling. I had 3 extra little dice. I still got higher than Phelan. Because
But Phelan got the good rune.
Yeah.
No, that was
That was me.
Oh wait, is that
Jessica,
that's what I
Phelan
meant. I'm
got
sorry.
2
Yeah.
2s.
I'm sitting here looking.
Yeah,
at
I got
it,
the bad. I got the bad one.
I got my Kira and my Kayla confused.
Okay,
You're
who
all
is the
good.
guide?
I'm the guide.
Uh-oh.
Muriel, you're the guide,
Uh-huh.
right? Good. So
Yeah.
you see you're traveling, basically it's early spring, so there is still some snow. And basically the snow and the similarity of the veils opening along the White Mountains kinda makes it harder to navigate.
Mm-hmm.
Which basically means that you will need to roll me for travel again to see if you can find your way. Easy or not?
Lovely.
Oh
Okay,
boy.
hold on.
There's no
You got
assist
this.
mechanic, right?
Easy? Nope.
Dang it.
11.
Well, that's unfortunately not a success. Do you want to do something about it before we go to consequences?
We have our D6s.
Yes.
It might not be a
Can I use
bad.
those
I don't want to
D6
get
guys?
lost.
So we don't
Yeah,
get
I don't wanna
lost?
I
get
think you
lost.
should use the D6, yeah.
Alright, 1 second. Six!
Hey.
So the 17
Hey!
pass.
With that, you succeed, so you avoided getting weary for the rest of the travel.
Hey,
Thanks, guys.
good
We're
job.
not getting
You
lost
did good.
today.
Heck yeah.
Appreciate your support.
I appreciate
with-
not being lost in the wilderness. So
And with that, you
I'm
will
lost
be.
in the woods.
And with that, you'll be
Let's
able to
go!
get to the first farmstead on the road.
hey,
And our map changes a bit.
Oh.
Or not. Oh, right. I need to move that.
Ooh.
oh,
The farmstead.
oh God! I zoomed out too far. Go back. Here it is.
So, you see the map. There are a few locations on it. There are some rocks along the edges. There is the main longhouse that you can see that, as on the map you can see it's a bit destroyed. A bit. There's some outbuildings and other things. What do you wanna check out first?
So we can see that this thing is destroyed, right?
Not from where you're coming, because the destroyed part is near the stream, and you're coming from the road, which is on the other end of it. So the way you're coming from, you don't see it destroyed yet.
I would just go to the big building. I don't know what, like, if the rest of y'all are in agreement. That's
Well,
Should we dismount first?
yeah.
I mean, as the group's scout, should I
Basically, Azin,
go
what you
ahead
can
and check things out?
One thing, Azin, as somebody from around here, you can say that because you can see from the snow the boundary rocks around the farmstead. Basically, that's used traditionally to mark the borders of a steading, because where there is no fence and ditch built. So basically, this steading, as far as you can see, has no defenses. It only has the boundary boulders.
Okay, so I will secure our horses
There are some trees.
first. Okay, I will absolutely secure our horses. And then I would say we can kind of head for the main house, but check for tracks as we go.
Yep.
Just sort of see if we see anything.
Because there's the longhouse, because also most steadings in Rohan are centered around the longhouse. Longhouse is where people live. The outbuildings are usually used for different things.
I will also consult the snow.
Basically, the part about longhouses also, that's where the people sleep, and that's also where the horses sleep. Because, welcome to Rohan, we sleep with the horses.
Yep, maybe don't put that on a sign.
There's a very distinct smell anytime you're in a Rohan Rohan settlement.
Okay, so
And you
whoever
said
wants to
I
check
stink.
for tracks can roll me, I would say, hunting or search.
Ooh, I want to do that.
May
God, we've broken Violet.
May I roll? What would you say in order for me to consult the snow and see if any bandits have tread along here recently?
Snow. Out of all the things around here, you decided to talk to Snow.
The snow would be the ones that would get the tracks.
I mean, not that there aren't rocks around or trees, but hey, yeah, sure, you can talk to the Snow. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I rolled a 6. Yay. I'm
Would I be
searching.
able to do?
You do realize that it's snowing from time to time, so most of the snow is fresh, right?
Yes.
Dig
so I
a
would
hole
probably
and
want
talk
to
to
do.
the old snow.
I would probably want to do the trees then. The trees would know. The trees always see. So, as we're kind of like tying off our horses, I will consult the trees and see,
And that one I
is
would
this
say would be
place safe
song.
for us to go?
That I would say would be song.
Allow me to sing to the trees with a 14.
So you walk up to a tree. You start talking to it, and it's like, what do you want? I was napping. What do you want?
My apologies. My friends and I would like to stay in this nearby farmstead. Would you know, is it safe for us to go?
Should be now.
Should be now?
I mean, half of the house is gone, but if you want to sleep there, I won't stop you.
Oh, I should let my friends know. Thank you very much. Have a good nap.
Thanks.
Guys, before we all decide to like run up, you should know that about half the house is destroyed.
What?
What destroyed it?
I don't know. I didn't want to bother the tree for too long. It was napping.
I just sort of stare, like my mouth is just slightly open.
But it was, well,
Okay.
yeah, it was napping. It's like he says, like, if we want to stay there, like obviously he's not going to stop us. But like apparently the other side of the house is destroyed, so we might.
Well, should we
wanna be on guard.
investigate the other side of the house? Should we go like look?
Carefully.
Maybe next time, ask what did the destroying just that would help. Maybe. Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
Sorry,
Thank
kind of
you.
pressed for time because I didn't want to be like that much of a burden.
On the
Okay,
tree.
so whoever wants to
Right.
investigate the longhouse and the
I
surrounding...
glance over at Phelan to see if she is also making the same face.
Okay, so whichever ones of you want to investigate the longhouse and the surrounding area would be a roll of hunting or search.
Can we use
I
the
rolled
roll
a
I made
search.
before?
Yeah, I rolled a search for checking out the grounds, like the ground specifically for
The
traps.
last rolls from you I can see are for the travel.
I roll a 7 and a 6 for a 13 for search.
Let me...
And I rolled a
Is it-
17 in hunting after
Yes.
I'm gonna
Kablam.
refresh my roll 20 to see that. Yeah, I can see it now. Okay. Unfortunately, none of those rolls are sufficient enough to say anything, really. Okay, except for the hunting from Phelan. So Phelan,
But I got a
you
s-
can mark down. And if you already have something in that skill group, you can mark the second one, because you got a 6.
I already do have something.
So you can mark the second
So wait,
one.
do I have 2 now or do I have 3?
Yep.
I'm confused.
You have 2.
2. Okay.
So-
So you need the 6 to get to the second one.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
And you will need
So
2
even though I
sixes to
got
get
a
to the
s-
third one.
2 6s to get to the third one. Okay. It all makes
Yep.
sense now.
Okay, so from what you can see, Phelan. So, as for the wall, the part of the house that's, well, not exactly there, you can see that it kind of seems like the wall was pulled out of the building. You'd say that it would require a team of horses to do that, but you do not see any marks of that in the snow. You can also see that you also managed to find an iron ring, one that Asian can tell you is usually used by riders to tie horses to the wall. It has been wrested out of its socket with great force and is broken and twisted. Once you look inside the traditional sleeping platform, because longhouses usually have the stables at the ground floor, let's say, and they have a sleeping platform for people upstairs, and the sleeping platform has fallen down into the stables, and you see that there is no horses or people or signs of struggle beyond the collapsed building.
Yeah, there's some bad shit going on in this house. The wall got pulled out, the horse ring got pulled out, the sleeping quarters got knocked over. This is not good.
It doesn't seem like a very safe place to stay.
I agree.
Also, by the stream, you find a wooden bucket that seems like it has been left there in haste, like somebody just dropped it and ran.
And someone left their bucket.
Yes. And in the smaller house, basically in the smaller houses, you can see basically there are some tool sheds, so you can find some tools, some food for horses. There is a traditional for this place smokehouse where people preserve meat content on the plains, but it's towards the end of winter, so not much left.
Well, definitely collect some horse feed for the journey.
Are there any tracks in the snow, like in the older snow?
Unfortunately, there was enough snow that there are no tracks left. Basically, none that Phelan would be able to track down. But one thing she was able to say that inside the house there were no signs of struggle from anyone.
Except for from the house when
Yes.
it got torn apart.
Yes, because the wall got kind of torn out of the house, which requires a shit ton of strength.
And it just turned this, like, 2-story barn into a bachelor apartment.
Yes, with river view. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just real estate right there. Also, free bucket.
It doesn't
am I
have
right?
one wall, but hey, who cares?
Yeah.
That's like, look, I got a bucket!
Look, still $1,100 downtown Toronto. Yeah, so pick up some feed. Are there any, like, farm tools that would be useful on our journey? I don't think so.
Not really, no.
Rope.
Unless you plan on doing some farming on the road.
No, thank
I mean,
you.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we can find some rope, I've played enough D&D to know that rope is good.
I mean, yeah, rope, sure. Basically,
You think there's
wandering
any
doesn't
food
exactly wandering doesn't exactly give much mind to adventuring gear. It's just assumed you have it.
Okay.
Well,
'cause
can I look around for, like, snacks?
For what?
Snacks.
Snacks? There was meat in the meat house.
There's some leftover.
There's some meat.
There's not
Do you
much,
want to
but
see
there
if
is
this
still
ransacked
some,
barn
meat
has
left
any,
in
like,
the
fucking
small-
Oreos or something?
we don't even know if these
Yeah,
people are alive or
snacks.
not. You guys are stealing all their stuff. Like,
We'll give it back if
moving.
they're alive, but if they're not, better not waste it.
Ooh, I bet
I
Desi
agree.
and Muriel have elven rope, like the good kind of rope.
Oh, it's that good.
Yeah,
it's
I
that
definitely
hempen
would
shit.
use that.
Just
Not
wait,
from
just
here.
wait, just wait. I can't. I'm trying to remember if it becomes a big thing in the third movie. I think so. I feel like
Sounds
there's
something that Muriel would own.
That
I'm
sounds
sure
like
she does.
some. That sounds like some pretentious shit that like Tolkien would do, where it's
Yeah.
like, no, you have your typical mortal's rope, but we have
Yeah.
elven fucking rope or some shit.
Yes.
I mean, to be honest, given the elves in Middle Earth, they might have fucking grown the rope.
Well, it's like the rope. I live in this world where I've listened to the books on audiobook a few times, and then abridged and unabridged, and also read the books, and then I've also watched the movies several times. So I have no idea what's in one and not the other anymore. Like it's all just sort of blended. But I know the special elven rope, like it you tie it up. Well, that's why it hurts Smeagol, because it's elven rope, so it's magic. And then like at one point they climb and then they just like tug on the rope and the rope like unties itself so they can take the rope with them.
It's
It's
just
special
the hair
magic
of our
rope.
ancestors.
Maybe.
It's like some crazy like elven magical Rapunzel shit.
Yes.
Okay, by the way,
But yes.
Anyway,
from the map you can notice that the next farmstead you are meant to visit is only half-hour ride from here, so you would be able to make it before nightfall if you want to.
I will inform the rest of the group of that.
Okay, so we should definitely not stay here then.
Right, it's probably not safe, so we should probably keep going.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to end up like the wall of this barn.
That would not be pleasant.
This would be great. To the horses?
To the horses!
And you go to the next place on the map. It only takes half an hour, so it's not that far away. And you notice that, well, it's a pretty similar farmstead because, well, all farmsteads are kind of the same. And again, the longhouse has been partially demolished. But this time there is less snow on the building and less ice. And as you approach, you can notice figures lying on the ground.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
Are they napping?
I think you should prepare yourself for the reality that they might not be.
I tell Zesty not to look.
She just kind of like keeps her head down.
Like
I'm
turns
sorry,
like,
but that napping broke me.
She hasn't seen dead people.
True. She spent all her
You
life
saw those bandits we
with
knocked
elves,
out.
and elves don't fucking die.
Yeah. Honestly, like I've read about death in books and stuff and heard about it in like tales, but I don't know, it just sounds weird.
So basically, the first figure you encounter, let's say, looks to be a woman. She appears to have died from a grievous blow to the head. And as you venture,
Yeah, not napping.
Yeah, as you venture further, there is a second body. That is a boy who was probably around 14. He's clutching a broken spear shaft in his hands, and he doesn't seem ready for battle. He's wearing his night shirt still. But at least he was trying to defend his house. And at this point, you hear a moaning coming from the house.
Uh-oh. We should probably go investigate that. You guys hear that?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should go check.
Can we see signs of a struggle, like leading to or coming from the house?
Well, there's
I
the
know.
guy with his head knocked in, or her head knocked in.
And the kid with part of a spear in his hands.
That
Let's
happened
say that
outside the house.
qualifies as signs of struggle.
That happened outside the
I'm
house.
sure Zesty saying that in character, like, do you think there was a struggle? Like,
I mean, it's like, I don't know if they killed these motherfuckers and just took the house over. Or just, like, you know, they're still in the midst of whatever they're doing. Can we approach stealthily?
Sure, roll me for stealth.
Ooh, that sounds
Oh shit
fun.
me, I forgot that was a skill. I also forgot that I'm good at it.
Are we all gonna stealth?
I mean, as
I
many of
want
you as
to
you
stealth
as
as
I
you
mean,
want
I'm
to
not
stealth.
going to.
Roll 18!
Oh yeah, yo, me and Muriel are the fucking knight.
We are the
Oh my
nuts.
god!
Oh,
Fair
Oh my god,
enough,
we're
do you
all
have
the knights.
anything marked in that scale group?
2 6s. Oh my
What do
god,
I do
Taylor,
with
you're
that
killing
many
it.
6s?
Do you have anything marked
get-
in that
you get
scale
that-
group by now?
No.
Then only
right.
the
I got
first one.
I got the Rooney thing, so I get a success, right? Even though it wasn't
Yes,
high
you get
enough.
an automatic success because
Okay.
you rolled a Gandalf.
Okay.
So you all managed to approach the house stealthily.
We're all
And
stealthy.
most of you don't
Oh.
even notice where Phelan went because you lost her.
We're gonna come down the
all of
chimney
you
like
succeeding
Santa
and there's
Claus.
Phelan, who's basically a ninja now.
There's succeeding, and then there's Batman.
Yeah. She is.
I will have my bow at the ready, but just kind of peek in.
So once you look into the house, you see a man resting against a broken roof beam. From what you can see, he's also dressed for sleeping. And you also see blood. But he still seems to be at least alive.
He doesn't seem like he's gonna try and fight us, so Muriel's gonna go in
He
and
doesn't look like he would be
So
able
you're
to
right.
if he tried.
Okay. What happened?
As you approach closer, you can see that basically all of his nightgown is soaked in blood. There is blood on his lips. There is a broken sword next to him, with black blood on the broken sword.
Uh-oh.
For those of you who
That
don't know,
kind of
black blood usually means creatures of shadow. Trolls, orcs, goblins, things like that.
Woo.
Does anybody have healing?
Yes.
Try and stabilize
Also,
him.
yes.
Alright.
Basically, also as you move towards him, you can notice there are
only
tracks
have
in
one
the
point.
snow. Those are huge footprints. There are some splashes of blood, both red and black, and deep ruts through the snow and earth as if something heavy was dragged away from the collapsed longhouse.
Oh my. Well, can we all try to like work together to heal him?
You
Like
can roll
get him
healing, yes.
stabilized? Like all of us? Or everybody who wants to at least.
Oh,
I
I think I killed him.
Do those cancel each other out?
Yes, fortunately, yes, those will cancel each other, so you don't manage to get him any worse. But also, you will notice that there's not much that can be done to help him other than maybe end his misery. But once he sees you approaching, he starts speaking. It came from Grimgalad, the cursed gully. It came in the night, Silvermane and Hardhoof. He fought so hard, but who could stand against such a beast? 6 steadings, their horses devoured. I have failed them. I failed my kin. I could not protect mount nor earth. What use am I? I will meet my ancestors in shame. At which point his eyes roll up to the sky, and you can see a pair of crows clatter noisily from a nearby tree. Probably, there's dead bodies. Dead bodies means crows. He groans again, and he mentions a great wild-eyed beast from the mountain. An evil thing with a skin hard as iron neath its coat. Find it in the Grimgard whence it has returned, and kill it. Make revenge where I have failed. And with that, he's dead.
Grimgard?
Grimgalad.
Grimgalad is where the big old.
Do I know what that
beastie is?
Does anyone have old lore?
I do not.
Have what more?
Old lore.
Old lore.
As a specialty.
That would be a trade,
Herb?
yeah.
I have.
Can we just
beast
roll for lore
and
to
I
see
have
if we know it?
orc lore.
No, we would need old
I have
lore.
miracle lore.
Nope.
Can we roll for it?
You can roll for lore, and I would say that Aizen should be rolling that lore, because that's kind of her part. But also, the elves in the party could roll for that.
Oh, we can all roll for it?
I did it!
Oh, I did not know what it was.
Okay, so both Azdin
I know
and Zastari will know.
Yeah,
Oh, and I got
I
a
am
6
John.
thing.
The Grimgalad is an old name. It kind of means the fierce pass or dark way. Azdin, you have heard childhood tales of places in the White Mountains just like this, from whence come goblins and trolls and other terrifying eaters of horseflesh. It's generally a place that people don't visit unless they fucking have to. Also, what do you do with the bodies?
Yeah, I was gonna say I will recommend that we make a pyre. That is the
Actually,
respectful
in
thing.
your region, it's more common to bury people.
Oh yeah, that's right. They put Theoden in a so what I would say, I don't know that we really have time to bury them, but what we can do is pull the bodies together and we can use the stones from the barrier to make like a cairn.
I mean, it would also be hard to bury, to dig graves because, well, it's still on the brink of spring, so the ground is quite fucking hard and frozen. But yes, you have the stones from the boundary boulders, so you can make that. You can do that.
Yes.
Because yes, custom would dictate to bury the people you found.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and help with that, trying ever so much
Also,
not
do
to
I remember
faint.
correctly that Zastari just mentioned she never seen dead people?
Yeah,
Because most of you probably encountered death in some form. Not Zastari.
Yeah.
Zastari, roll me a wisdom.
this is cool.
That's
Okay.
your shadow check.
How do I roll? Oh,
It's in the
wisdom.
top right.
Yep. On the top right you have wisdom, you have a D12 icon next to it. Roll it. And it's unfortunate that I need to tell you you gain one temporary shadow point.
Is it possible during this that I could use one of the D6s?
Not for this one.
Okay.
Those do not apply to rolls for shadow.
It's a temporary shadow.
On your next fellowship phase, once we finish the adventure, you will be able to take care of getting that down.
Okay.
God knows how many more shadow points each of you will gain before that, but hey.
You can kind of see, like, a little bit of shakenness from her before she's like, she's able to help you out, but she's very clearly shaken by this. Is this common for you?
Yes,
Sadly,
but it gets
yes.
easier over time.
Not super common for me, but I've seen it a couple of times.
That
It's
sounds terrifying.
harder when it's easier when people are old and it is time than when someone is taken by violence or so young.
I've never heard of someone. Well, I guess I have heard of it, but I've never seen someone die of being old.
Yeah, well,
It
we
is-
don't
it is-
really dive. It's not really a thing that we do, but unfortunately, it is a thing that humans do. So. Sucks to be
It's
dead.
sad but expected. So it's different because you expect older people to die.
I'll kind of help everyone gather their stones, and then I think by the end she kind of does this like soft song that she normally does to like calm the people who come to her springs, and hope that it calms them on the way to wherever they go.
Sure, you can roll me
That's so sweet,
for
Kira.
song.
Boom.
I will count that as a success.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And it's a 6, so if you already have one in there, you can mark the second one.
And in fact, I do.
There you
Hey.
go.
I hope all of you remember to
'Cause I
mark
was
down the
speaking to
previous
trees
successes
earlier.
you had. I hope you all remember
Sorry.
to mark down the previous successes you had today. Because I believe this will be a good place to stop for today. Before we go on, one thing you also notice is that the tracks left by the big thing seem to be leading towards the White Mountains.
Makes sense.
So yes, this is where we will end today. So you can count up your points from skill groups to add them to your advancement points to be spent on your fellowship phase. As for experience points, you will get 3. Because we did move things along a bit.
Woohoo!
Okay, so where again do we put those? Not the experience points I found there. Where do we put the skill groups points?
Are those the advancement points?
Yes, lower on the character sheet you have the field for advancement points. That's where you put those.
And then where's okay, experience points up at the top. Okay. And you said 3 experience points?
Yes.
Yeah, so we should be at a total of 6 then.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the bottom, under progress and holdings,
you have your advancement
should have
points, and that's where you put the ones for the skill
Thank you.
groups. Those will be different amounts for each of you because that all depends on how many times you rolled and how many successes you got. But hey,
The fellowship pool,
you did roll a fair amount of things today, so.
The fellowship pool, I have 4. Is that right?
I have 4 as well.
Okay, so that should be the same. Okay.
Okay, so with that we end for today, and we will resume next time. So, let's do something for the ending. Same as at the beginning, you will introduce yourselves, but also if you want people to be able to find you on social media, you can tell them how to find you on social media. And we're gonna reverse the order this time, starting with Anara.
Hey, so I'm Anara, and you can find me on Twitch. That's probably really the only thing that would be gaming related, where you would want to find me. And I probably should get back to streaming more regularly, but yeah, that's where you can find me.
What is your channel name so that people can find you on Twitch?
It's Anara.
Oh, that's easy.
I'm easy. Yeah. I've been on Twitch for like 12 years or something. I don't know. It's since there was a Twitch. It's been a hot minute.
I'm Kayla. I guess if you're on LadyBug's Discord server, you can find me there, where I think I just put my name as Kayla. But other than that, I don't really do the socials.
Valid. I'm Violet. You can find me anywhere books are sold. Where it says Very Violet. It's just VERY, then my name. There's 2 T's, no extra E. I'm everywhere. Wherever you'd like to find me, that's where I'll.
Hi, I'm Kira. You can find me over at twitch.tv/gamingmassacre, youtube.com/the medieval massacre for all VODs, Twitter time for a massacre, that's a numerical 4. Yeah, new actual play series up on YouTube, so go check that out.
Ooh, what game?
Homebrew psychological horror campaign.
Oh, fancy.
Violet would probably recognize the group, actually, that we play with. Because it's how me and her met initially.
Nice.
Aw.
And then, what about you, Ladybug? Where can they find you?
So yes, I'm Ladybug. You can find me basically anywhere on social media, by which I mean Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, and yeah, on those you can find me as Loremistress LadyBug, and then on Twitch and YouTube as LadyBug7. And with that, we will stop for today. So everyone, bye!